Just a heads up, a lot of the things I go through are going to be weird or confusing without context, so please watch the rest of this series before you go into this video. The ROBLOX Graveyard series was a thing I conjured up pretty much as soon as I watched the TF2 equivalent from Krimsxn. When I mentioned its conceptualization, that was more so the outline of who I wanted to discuss and how I'd structure the video. The final draft was just a refining of these ideas and not implementations of new ones besides maybe a skim of a couple creators. Basically, the video is more than a year outdated. I'll mention some updates with creators, any retractions on things I've said, or just any other corrections I may have with this series. I'll be going from creator to creator. This one was hinted at in the video, but AceHawk called himself a former Roblox YouTuber on Twitter. As you can see on my screenshot in the video, however, the page changed into a more standard Twitter profile instead of an abandoned Roblox one. When I finished the script, XiaoXiaoMan was finished with Roblox content, but he's still milking his olden and golden tenure with retrospective content. Not only that, there's also a series called Peer Review or some shit. I have no idea how I found it, but the AverageBloxer guy is tinkering on Soundcloud and it's awesome. Check it out. I think it's pretty nice. In fact, it's in the video now, bitch. Maxxz was doing a weird Sigma rebrand on his channel, but the videos I saw about business and hustling were taken down. That, or I just imagined them because I'm cuckoo. Nowadays, he's rebooting the Bob and Max series with actual animation instead of still images or green screen shenanigans. A.A. Miller's teased about an idea of returning in 2024 on her Twitter. Maybe she'll come back? Who is to say? Totally forgot to mention it before, but PixelFlame also went under a rebrand, much like his running buddy ZekkieKD. He made animations like for Roblox, but instead of just being only Roblox, he expanded in a more broader sense. It was a Newgrounds influenced style akin to something like Oni NG. Unfortunately for you though, he also got rid of all these videos as well. The AwesomeStrader video I referenced was already quite old, and one of these guys, Ronald Donator, has come to deeply regret what they've done to him. J-Suma is still nowhere to be found from my searching. Even though Ronald said he's inactive, he still plays and pops up in a lot of places, including my video. Yes, I was going to end this section with just this little stanza, but the guy actually responded to my section of him in this Graveyard series. Basically, he corrected me about the tidbit of him and J-Suma leaking the AwesomeStrader clips, and he mentioned the ways he went about mending the situation with AwesomeStrader himself. In fact, I found a message exchange between me and AwesomeStrader. I have no idea what the context was, but I was apologizing for being flippant? Maybe my ban wasn't so unjust. Anyways, I just felt bad for all the negative press he had gotten, and I think I felt the need to mention him. And that's what I can gather from these messages. Tinfoilbot had whispers of them coming back, but nothing has surfaced on the YouTube channel. According to Green Lego Cats, he's back to developing. Maybe soon we'll have to endure more Tinfoilbot on YouTube, which is scary to think about. Please just stick to games. AfroOrbz expunged their entire catalog.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch!
This one is probably the most important thing I have to address. RoScripts' misconduct case is less open and shut than the other creeps I talked about in the go to jail section of the last installment. Mr. Obvious was exposed pretty handily by Ruben Sim, faced no accountability, and I'd wager he would be convicted if there were any legal proceedings. Unfortunately, any hopes of legal action were kind of ruined due to Roblox's negligence on the situation. Point is, there was little to no counter from the accusee. Just roll with it. It's a made-up word. Just roll with it. And his only response was to hide and run. Fave did the same thing, just ran away after a lack of a refutation on his end. RoScripts actually went the mile to actually refute things, but the conclusion is muddier. Now, when I talk about this, keep in mind, I shouldn't be the person who should be disclosing this information to you. I'm a washed-up Robloxian who tells stories, whether true or false, onto my videos. They're anecdotal and they're hearsay. They're either personal things that have happened to me and I'm leaning off my own memory, or I'm basing it off of shit I heard at the time. Awesome Strader's audio being leaked by Ronald Donator and Jay Suma was the narrative being pushed when I heard about this incident. And I ran with it. I believed it. According to Ronald Donator, this rumor is bullshit. So when you watch this, please keep in mind that I might be full of shit and I might not even know about it. This goes for anything I say in general, any of my videos. Just take it with a grain of salt, all right? Don't trust me. I lie. Not like this matters even because, frankly, these allegations are kind of old and RoScripts kind of fell off around this time. He said he did some streams, but they're gone, and most people know him just as fucking the Roblox guy who disappeared many years ago. Anyways, all that aside, the reason the conclusion is so muddy is because there's lots of inconsistencies with the accusers. One of the accounts apparently lied for the shits and giggles, and the other one is just a testimony without any real evidence. RoScripts doesn't really disprove anything from my skimming, keyword skimming, of his now deleted twit longer, so it basically boils down to a he said, she said. I could very well be missing some evidence or context or clues. I did all this research on an all-nighter and I didn't check thoroughly as I probably should have. I'm just presenting this situation so an actually attentive and research-friendly person can come along and find a conclusion for the rest of you guys to believe. For now, I'll say RoScripts isn't as clear of a creep as the other two, but I'd be weary. Moving on, EverythingIsMacabre became inactive again. Oops. SkeletalReality deleted their update/where I've been video and is working on games. They're also cosplaying on Twitter, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Before we close off, we have some new entries to the ROBLOX Graveyard. I'll go through them very quickly because they honestly weren't my faves to begin with. JohanSKruger was a Roblox gameplay and animation channel. He definitely would have fell within the gaslight tier of creators because I remember way more gameplay vids being made by him, but only a dozen or so are available to view now. He was doing fine activity-wise, but now he's inactive. Jgoosse is a creator known for story-based sketches. I didn't include him because he was active at the time. And also, his YouTuber nomenclature was difficult to pin down. That's basically a fancy word for the naming of shit, okay? His spelling for his channels were weird, and he kept moving from channel to channel. And also, his second channel is nearly as popular and is active, for a time, as his main one. So it was difficult to discern which one was the main one. Anyways, he hasn't uploaded in a year, and it's kind of sad to see because he was one of the most enduring Roblox YouTubers I ever saw. Cryptize is an animator. I knew him as the guy who made the Murder Bloxy entry. He was one of the least subscribed Roblox YouTubers before that was published. Nowadays, he's one of the most subscribed Roblox animators. It's very strange to see subscriber glow-ups like that, at least in my eyes. Anyways, he hasn't posted in years, and I have no idea where he is or how he's been. And that's the ROBLOX Graveyard series. Had I been quicker to the punch, this video would have been a lot more up to date. I apologize for showcasing an outdated script. My philosophy was I wanted this out for a long time. This was a passion project that I wanted to make for a long time. I was thinking, fuck it. You know, let's just produce it. I can have a contingency part. This part is our contingency of corrections and what have you. In fact, this concept of fallen off Roblox YouTubers kind of preceded Krimsxn a bit. I wanted to make a Where Are They Now style video on Roblox for the longest time. But I'll still give thanks and props and attribute this inspiration to Krimsxn, because that's really the video that kicked off the process of this production. With all that being said, I thank you for watching these installments. I'll be going back to one-off videos again after this. No more Paradigm Shift, no more Roblox Graveyard, just healer shenanigans. Speaking of, I've been Healer, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.